Let's say your closing ratio is 25%. It means that you close 1 out of 4. You're pretty darn good, right? A 25% closing ratio. And let's say you want to close 100 deals, 100 sales. What does that mean? It means that to get that 100 sales, to get 100 yeses, you need to get 300 no's. You will not get to that 100 yeses without the 300 no's. I remember in the beginning of my career, I was selling and closing my own services on the phone. And every single time when I get a no, I would be so disappointed with myself. I would be very frustrated, right? I would get very upset. I would get angry. Why couldn't I close that sale? Then I would beat myself up. I would have a lot of self-doubt. But you see, because I didn't understand what I'm sharing with you right now, you cannot get to those yeses without the no's. It is part of the game. That's why we do what we do. To get to those yeses, you must go through a lot of no's. So I would have a lot of these emotional ups and downs, kind of like a roller coaster. You know what I'm talking about. Comment below if you're in sales, right? Someday you feel like, I'm the champion, right? I'm the man. Next day you're like, oh man, this is so hard. Next day you're like, this is it. Look at me, right? I'm so good. I can close anyone anytime. And then the next day you say to yourself, I'm not good at this. Maybe I shouldn't do this. I should just go get a safe, steady job. You know what I'm talking about. But if you're smart and you stick with it and you are self-aware and you ponder and you reflect, am I being too obnoxious? Am I being too rude? Am I being too aggressive? Am I asking the right questions? Am I discovering my prospects' needs? If you can self-reflect and you ask those questions, you'll learn more about yourself. You'll learn more about the prospect, the industry, and that's how you get good, right? That's how you race from failure to success in selling. It's the only way that you could do it. You see, one of the things I started doing is when I couldn't close a sale, I would be very, very straightforward with the prospect. I say, you know what, Mr. Prospect, it doesn't seem like we're going to be doing business today. Can I ask you just one question before I go? And they would say, sure. And I ask, is there any reason that I should be aware of that why you don't do business with us? Why you're not buying from us today? Why we're not moving forward today? Is there anything that I could help? Is there anything I could improve upon? And very often they would tell me, oh, well, I don't like this about your company, or I don't like about this feature. Or sometimes they would just tell you, hey, nothing against you, it's just bad timing. That maybe 3 months, 6 months later, we can talk about it again, but nothing against you, just we don't have a need right now. And that's perfectly fine. I guarantee you the most successful closers in your industry right now, the highest paid professionals in your organization right now, they experience the highest number of failures. They are the ones who experience the most amount of rejections, the most amount of emails being ignored, the most no-shows. Why? Because it's the only way they would get to the numbers that they get to. You know why I'm Dan Lok? Because I have failed way more than you. I've made more mistakes than you. I have lost more deals than you. And that's why now I run the largest virtual closer network in the world. There is no objection that I've not heard of, I have not seen. There is no mistake that I have not made in my book. It's very, very simple. I have been there and I've done that. I have sales scars all over my body. I have been burned. I have been lied to. I've been cheated. I have had no-shows. You name it, I have experienced it. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. So don't fear failure. Fear you have not failed enough. Fear that you have not failed fast enough.